So when I remember asking her out, I asked her out on the stairs. She said yes, and I ran away. As soon as she said yes, I was like, gang, and ran away.
What is that? I can't remember how
Mama
it goes.
said it's my fault. It's my fault. I wear my heart on my sleeve. My heart's been broke so many times.
That's
I don't know what to believe.
Mama said it's my fault. It's my fault. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Heart's been broke so many times.
When she says she likes white guys or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
When she says she only dates white guys.
That's the funniest thing.
It's my fault. All right. Here we are again. Guys, welcome. Kick this mule, bro. What's up?
Kick this mule.
Yeah, Kick This Mule. There's a podcast I listen to with a guy called Joey Diaz. He's the funniest, oldest, most racist guy ever. But I like him because like he's one of those guys, he'll never get cancelled because he is so unapologetically himself that it's just like, we know what to expect. Like,
so if you're listening to him, you know what he's like. So
if you're listening to him, you know you can't be outraged because everything out of his mouth is like that. You're just like, I'm never going to change him. Let's just leave him. And he's funny. But like,
just him?
Yeah, he does a podcast with just him. He has like a producer that he talks to, but it's mainly just him.
Okay.
And he's funny, bruv. Yeah, he's hilarious. But yeah, he at the start of his podcast all the time, his producer called Lee. And then he'll always be like, Lee, kick this motherfucking mule. And then they'll put on like one old song. Like it could be like Michael Jackson, it could be Black Sabbath, it could be anything. He loves like retro shit.
Okay.
And he's like in his 50s.
Okay.
And he's always like, Lee, kick this motherfucking mule. And then they'll play one banger. It's the sickest way to start a podcast ever. It gasses me every time.
It's a different energy. You don't know what to expect.
Fam.
You don't know what to expect.
And he likes all sorts.
Yeah.
Like he could just come with like Rapper's Delight one day and just be like, and he knows the history of that music.
Okay.
He always knows like, this is it. 1979. I was sitting in my fucking... He's got a proper husky voice. Sitting in my fucking room, listening to this. And I was just thinking, fuck, I want to fucking snort some coke and fucking eat some pussy and stuff like that. Like he's mad for it.
Fucking hell.
He's a sick guy. Joey Diaz. Joey Coco Diaz, as they say. Yes. Anyway. Kick this motherfucking mule, bro. What you got for me?
So fun fact of the day. Do you know on lowercase i's and lowercase j's, you know the dot? So the dot is called a tittle. Tittle. And it's derived from the phrase to a T. So when you do something to a T, that means you're doing something like, let's say I'm copying you to a T. It's derived from the phrase copying you to a tittle. So in the sense that you're doing everything exact. I don't know why it's called a tittle, but it's called, that's what it's called.
That's interesting.
So the small dot on lowercase i's and lowercase j's is called a tittle. Tittle.
I'll bet my life savings that I haven't put a dot on top of a J or an I in the last 15 years.
So I think I write in all caps anyway.
I always write in all caps.
I write in all caps anyway. I think I do. Yeah, I've not written in ages.
I write mostly in caps, but there's some letters I think I do in lowercase, like M's. I do lowercase M's.
I don't.
And sometimes I'll do lowercase e, sometimes I'll do a capital E. It's all fucked up. So if anyone's reading my shit,
I always write in capital.
They must be like, fuck this guy. This guy's a prick. They must look at if someone saw my handwriting, they'll think I'm a prick.
It's all over the place.
Shambles. It's a shambles.
I remember, oh my God, my handwriting back in the day was horrendous. I used to hold a pen. Oh, I wish I had a pen on me right now. I used to hold a pen in like between my middle finger and my wedding finger.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's how I used to hold it in between here. And I was thinking, what the fuck? Obviously now I write.
So would you claw around it like that?
Bella, have you got a pen? That's it. Yeah. Pass me that. So I used to hold a pen like this before.
Oh,
like that.
Jesus.
Obviously now I hold like that.
Yeah.
And I used to hold a pen like that.
That's what I meant. Claw it over. That's fucked up.
That is fucked. My handwriting.
Who taught you to hold a pen like that?
I don't have the answers to those questions.
I hold my pen in a weird way. People always cut me if I hold my pen, but I don't know what's weird about it. So I hold it. So if I'm writing, I hold it like that.
I think that's how my sister holds it.
Yeah. So if I'm writing, I'll hold it like that. And everyone's like, how can you hold your pen like that?
My pops used to cuss my handwriting. He used to tell me, you're going to sit here and write until your handwriting gets better. There was a period of time, I don't know why, and I can't remember. No, obviously, I know why. I can't remember when, rather.
He didn't predict the future very well, did he?
My handwriting was terrible.
Handwriting is so irrelevant now.
It's so irrelevant now, but then...
If I write a birthday card, I get a cramp in my hand.
I don't write anymore.
Exactly. I get a cramp in my hand just from writing a little birthday card. I'm getting a cramp thinking about it.
A birthday card.
Bruv.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, man. You said you had something.
Oh, yeah. So, hold on. I forgot about that. I need to find it.
Heart's been broke so many times. I don't know what to believe.
It's going to be a good one as well, because I feel like the person asked... He said he DM'd us individually to ask us for our advice on something.
Jesus. This is something... Did I air him or what?
Whether you aired him or not is irrelevant, because you'll be able to answer it now.
Cool.
Do you know what I mean?
Fair play. Beggars can't be choosers and that. You get me? I'm a busy guy. Second biggest podcast and that.
Name, so I'll just read out the thing. Hi. Been listening to the podcast for time. I'm in a bit of a situation and could do with your opinion. This was time ago as well, so I don't know whether he's dealt with it or not. Long story short, I've been talking to this girl. I think it's probably going to go somewhere, but it's slow. I met this other girl at a party about a week after, and
He did DM me.
You
I replied it. But
okay.
I don't remember what I replied. So it's basically fresh again.
Okay. I met this other girl at a party about a week after, and I started talking to the first one, and she's all for it. She's 2 years older than me, and I saw her and another... What? She's 2 years older than me, and I saw her and another, and think the week up... He's English.
Yeah, his grammar's all over the gaff.
So I think he's saying, I saw her... she's 2 years older than me, and I saw the first one, and I saw the other one a week after.
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to say. And we were all over each other, basically. Basically, she wants to meet up and do it, but I don't know if... I would be... He said do it. I mean, that's how I know he's young. Basically, she wants to meet me and do it, and I don't know if I would be in the wrong when I'm talking to this first girl from before and I see it going somewhere. Also, to make things worse, if I went for it, we'd have to do it in the back of the car. That's what sweetened me. As there's no other way, there's no other place for us to go at that time, and it would be his first time. I guess it would be an experience. What would you have done in my situation? And he said, I'm 18 in 2 weeks. So I mean, he's 18 now because this was a while ago. He said, and then he messaged me saying, I asked James as well, but I wanted 2 opinions. So you tell me what you would have given him if you remember the advice.
So remember, watch me give him now the complete opposite advice to what I gave him at the time. I'm awful. Right. I remember the car bit.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure. Okay, cool. I'm pretty sure I told him if the new thing, the older one that he wants to fuck, that wants to do it.
That wants to fuck him.
Yeah, that wants to fuck him. As long as he makes his intentions clear that he's just trying to bust these nuts, then I don't really see much issue. There's no, in my opinion, there's nothing really wrong with talking to 2 girls. He can see something happening with this other girl, but if we're not there yet, then and you're making your intentions clear, as long as you're not fucking with 2 people's heads, like as long as you're telling everyone what it is, like if you see a future with this one, let that be known. If you just want to fuck this one, let that be known. And if all parties are consenting, then do your thing. And then I said, back at the car fucks, sometimes bang, bang, bang. I've had some juicy back of the whip fucks, juicy ones. So I was like, do your thing. I'm pretty sure that's what I said. But yeah, go on.
So I said, lol. You have no idea how much that resonated with me, bro. Firstly, there's a huge difference between lust and potential love. The second girl sounds like she's a good fucking time. And if the first girl was never in the picture, you'd be all over in an instant. But this first girl, fuck. The first girl, you think she could potentially be wifey, and it's mad. But then you think, fuck, I could potentially fuck the second girl. Bro, there's nothing like fucking in the back of the car. Every man needs to do it. It's a tough situation. The only difference with me is the girl I was fucking in the car was my first girl. In that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, bro, stick to the first girl. No, stick it on the first girl for a bit more and see if she responds. Maybe she's distracted and got other guys giving her attention more than you. You never know. But she still fucks with you. Do you feel me? Stick it on her and see how she reacts. If she's not giving you the same energy, fuck girl number 2 in the back of the car like the real G that you are.
Sometimes You're bipolar sometimes, isn't it? Because sometimes you've got no energy.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you think I'm writing that back. You think I'm writing that back. You gave him time and effort. I applaud you for that.
Because it resonated with me. The back of the car sex.
You used to fuck yaks in the back of your car like no one's business.
Like, cause it was exactly like you said. He had no other choice. He had no. I wasn't fucking in my parents' house back then. He had no other choice.
That's never resonated. I've always fucked girls in my mum's yard. Gang. Well, no, I tell a lie. I haven't always. In fact, I've probably felt like 3 girls there, but still. Back of the whip is banging.
That's why I said it resonated with me. But yeah, that's why I had to go in detail with my answer.
That's fair play, man. Yeah, it's a tough one. Like, I kind of agree with you in terms of like, do maybe push the first one a little bit more. Not just to fuck her, but just see what are we saying? Yeah. Like, what are we actually saying? So,
because if you see something with that, then by all means, you're willing. You should be willing to try.
Yeah. Make a conscious effort to see
and
what.
The sheer fact that he's questioning fucking the second girl because of the first girl, he must be feeling a lot for this girl. Like I said in the beginning, if the first girl wasn't in the picture, you'll be banging this second girl regardless. Yeah. So
yeah.
It's one of them ones. Catch-22.
Yeah, man, for sure. I agree with you, man. That's a tough one. I was thinking, this kind of reminds me of when I was younger as well. That situation. But I think we spoke about this before. I can't remember. In that, when I was young, I used to. Actually, first. Do you remember your first kiss?
Have I not spoken about this on here before?
I don't think so.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Go on.
Traumatic.
Go on then.
Traumatic.
Go on.
I feel like maybe we've spoken about it, but just not in here, because I remember speaking about this recently.
Okay.
And it was definitely in this yard.
Okay.
So, this was when I was in Nigeria, so I was in year 8.
Okay.
I was in boarding school. Obviously, whoever listens to this knows I was in boarding school. My sister, at that time, had a boyfriend. Yeah. And they had asked me and my girlfriend at the time in year 8 if we had ever kissed. And we said no, because we hadn't. And they was like, all right, kiss now then.
Oh, God. That's such an older sibling thing to do.
It wasn't even her. It was it was my sister's boyfriend that egged it on.
That makes sense.
So like, kiss now then. I was like,
that makes perfect sense.
Nah, because obviously I wasn't smooth back then. I didn't have.
My heart would have been beating, fam. My blood would have ran cold.
James. Anyway, so I was like, nah. And then what they said was, all right, we'll make it more easy and more comfortable for you. We'll kiss, like my sister and the boyfriend. We'll kiss, and then you kiss after. I was just still staring at her. I don't think I had said anything. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't saying anything. I didn't disagree. I didn't agree.
I can imagine. And I can imagine that. I just pictured your face just staring. Didn't even answer him. Carry on. Yeah. That's fucking funny. Go on.
I was in such awe and disarray.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, whatever. So they lipsed. And I was like, fuck, we have to lips now.
Oh, dear.
And what made it worse was we looked at it because we were sitting down and they were standing up. I don't know why that even matters, but that's what was happening. So we were sat next to each other and we looked at each other. I took a deep breath. And I think because we weren't making a move, they said, all right, we're going to count you down.
Oh, stop.
3, 2, 1 kind of thing. And he counted us down and it was just like a... And that, fam, it was the most embarrassing thing I've ever been through. Traumatic.
Fam, mine one actually wasn't too dissimilar to that.
Okay.
So, it's weird because you're actually from London.
Yeah.
So this thing doesn't make sense to you.
Okay.
But when you're not from London...
Yes.
You've always got a ting in London, right? A make-believe girl in London. Every guy who doesn't live in London knows what I'm talking about, right?
Wow.
So,
okay.
It may not just be London, but your closest big city.
Okay.
So.
Okay. I have no reference of that.
Fam? So, I'm chilling. This both happened with virginity and first kiss.
Okay.
For everyone, right?
Okay.
So, basically, this is the game. So, I'm in like year 8, year 9.
Yeah.
And we're having all chinwags. And one thing called Leanne... started moving to me. Well, basically, she was, at the time, she was like top 2 buffest girls in my year. Buff. I fancied her.
Yeah.
I fancied her since year 7. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was tier 1,
Yeah.
fam.
Yeah.
Bang! banging.
Yeah.
So she must have been in my maths class, right? In this, I think it was year 9.
Yeah.
Because I think year 9 is when you start separating a bit more from like your main, you got your main group that you pretty much do most of your classes with. And then there's certain subjects like English, maths and science.
You have
like
the tiers.
the tiers, like
tiers,
who the smartest levels are. And then you're just with bare people that are good at maths and bare if you're shit at science, you're with bare people shit at science.
9, it starts at year 9.
So it must have been year 9, right? So I hadn't lips to go at this point.
Okay.
So we're chatting, and Leanne's in my maths class, and she's just talking to me more than regular.
Okay.
And I'm like, cool, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
And then one time, right, she's got a brethren, this boy called Danny. So I'm getting changed after P one day, and Danny rolls up to me, he's like, yo, James, Leanne said, like, she wants to go out with you, innit? Like, she wants to be your girlfriend. And I was like, shut your mouth, you lying prick. And he was like, I swear down, I'm not joking. And I was like, you're a liar. And he was like, no, I'm swear to God.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, tell her fucking yes. Yes. 1,000 times yes. What are you on about? Why are you still here?
Tell her.
Don't ask me rhetorical questions. She should have asked you and you should have said yes for me. Bruv, I was so angry. I was like, hurry up.
Why are we wasting time?
She's going to change her mind. She's obviously going to change her mind, so hurry up and say yes for me. So he dipped, said yes, and then all of a sudden, we're doing a thing. So I'm like, calm. So a few days in and stuff like that, my boys are like, so you're doing a thing with Leanne now? I'm like, yeah, gas. Yeah, whatever. Those waves are fly. And then like, all right, cool. Like, have you lipsed her up yet? And I was like, nah. And then I was like, bro, we've been dating since like yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think we've talked yet.
Acknowledge that we've dated.
We've not even said hello today.
We're going to come back to that. Yeah. We're going to come back to that.
We haven't even spoke about it. So I'm like, cool. And then my boys are like, have you ever lips anyone before? Because I've never seen you lips no one. And I'm like, yeah, I've lips things. And they're like, who? And I was like, one thing in London, isn't it? And they're like, what? I don't know, one thing in London. And like, what's her name? I'm like, Shaquina or something. I can't remember. There's bad things in London. Kilburn sides. Yeah. North, Kilburn. Yeah, them ones. And then like, I swear. And I'm like, yeah, it's lipstick. Yeah, bedtimes, yeah, lipstick. Fingered it probably. I can't remember. Alright, these times I'm sweating, fam. And then, so I'm like, cool. And then a few more days go by. Me and Leanne still haven't lipsed.
Yeah.
And now she's talking to Gal about it. So obviously this is pre-group chat. So she's doing the real version. Just she's group chat. Yeah. Chatting in groups.
Human form.
She's forming a cluster. They're chatting.
Yeah.
And then one thing who was friends with me out of her group, she's like, yo, you're gonna have to lips Leanne, And I'm like, swear down, what's going on?
What's she saying?
Fam, what's going on? What's she saying? She's not feeling man anymore. What's going on? And I'm stressed, fam. And then she's like, like, she's thinking you've never lips no one before. I'm like, what? Why is she thinking that? It's like, because you haven't lips her. Like, you've been dating for like 3 days. Like, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, fucking hell. All right, bruv.
Yeah.
And then, so we buck after school. So after school, outside the gates, everyone's like saying the goodbyes, everything. She rolls up to me, gives me a hug and says, I'll see you later. And I was like, see you later. And then she was like, what, can I not get a kiss? Nah. Fam, my heart stopped. And when you're in a club and you're shouting and then the music stops.
I knew you were going to say that.
Exactly at that point. That's how I felt when she said, can I not have a kiss? No. I felt like everyone had stopped talking coincidentally at that one moment, because as soon as she said that, everyone looked
at me, yeah.
And I had a brethren called Rob. He was stood here because we used to walk home together. He was stood here. And he was the most immature bastard of all time. And he was there beaming, teeth, everything up. And man's just like, lips it. And I'm like,
egging you on.
Yeah, lips it. I'm not, stop. My heart, I can't explain the panic. Every form of panic your body can exude.
It was doing it.
At that moment, sweat, fucking my lips trembling, my ass cheeks are clapping. Like, I needed to fart, piss, everything, fam. I'm like, swear, yeah, cool. So, fam, lips, juicy lips.
Like a French woman.
Nah, French lips. Bare tongues. Bare tongues.
I can't remember the first lip, my first French.
I'm lips in here. I must have opened my eyes and Rob's here, fam. He can smell our breath. He's here smiling, cuz. And he's here. All I can hear is my man like, yeah. Yeah, cuz. But he was horny, fam. We'll talk about that another day. He was horny. He was there for it.
That's funny.
Man's like, yeah. But we were lipsing. And you know what you said about the other week about having the makeup around your face? That's how I had with her lip gloss.
Okay.
So my lips were beaming after that. And I was thinking, I'm just swaying over to the man and like, oh, what? Yeah. What? Lips? Yeah, no. Yeah, come, let's go home, man. And I'm just bowling. My lips are glistening, fam. Bare glitter. Bare strawberry glitter, fam. Most embarrassing time.
Fuck.
Most embarrassing time. But the reason I brought up the first kiss thing, actually, what was you going to say before?
I was going to say the fear of walking it, because my girlfriend at the time in secondary school was in my form class. So when I remember asking her out, I asked her out on the stairs. She said yes, and I ran away. As soon as she said yes, I was like, gang, and ran away.
I couldn't swallow my water for ages. I can imagine. Oh my God. Fam. When you're you run for no reason. That's just how you get around. And I ran away. I can see it.
She said yeah, and I smiled. I was like, gang, and I ran away. Fucking ran away. I was like, it's pattern now. I don't need to worry about that anymore.
Yeah. You've got balls. I ain't asking anyone out.
But then obviously we were in the same form.
Yeah.
So every time I used to come into class, if she was there before me, I'm panicked because then I now have to make the choice of, do I sit next to her or do I sit where I normally sit with the man then?
Oh yeah.
So if I don't sit next to her, do I just say hi, wagwan, and then go to maneuver to where my boys are and sit where I normally sit? Or if I do sit next to her, would everyone be like, oh, do you know what I mean? And it's just like, big man, I'm in year 9, year 10. Leave me alone. I don't have this. I can't function with this kind of pressure. I can't function.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
So if I get there before her, I'm gassed. I'm happy.
Yeah.
So if she
has to make the choice. Yeah.
It's her problem. Whether she sit next to me or not, it's her problem. And I don't think we had lips for time. I can't remember my first lips with her.
Yeah.
But like I said, I remember my first ever lips.
Yeah.
But that whole pressure thing in the form room.
I'm so happily I was not in my form. But the next day, and luckily for me, in maths, because she's been chirping me up, she'd already decided to sit next to me.
Okay.
So when we were in the next math class, once we were together, we were always sat next to each other anyway. Yeah. So it was fine. It was a relief. But moving forward, we must have been dating for I don't know. It could have been 6 months. It could have been 2 weeks. I really don't know. Do you know what I mean? In school time, nothing makes sense.
Yeah.
So me and I can't describe to you at that time because I could probably find her now, show you a picture, and you'll be like,
yeah.
Like
I know exactly.
As a 29-year-old woman, I don't even know what she looks like.
I know exactly.
But as a kid,
I know exactly what you.
I fancied her more than I'd ever fancied anyone in my entire life.
Cheating wasn't a concept.
It wasn't even in my head. It wasn't even in my head. But that brings me on to my next point. So the relationship's in full swing.
Yeah.
And there's another guy. So remember I said I had an insider who was feeding me information.
Inside man. Inside
Yeah. So
feeding me information.
Me and her were boys.
Yeah.
Her name was Justine, right? We were boys. And she was cool. And we used to chat all the time. And she was good looking and stuff like that. She was a white girl, right? And then so we were chilling. And one time, this is how you know girls are fucking snakes.
I've got a story as well.
It's so you know girls are fucking snakes. So one other girl from their group must have run to me one day. She's like, "What's going on with you, Leanne?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "What's going on? Like, obviously you're two together. Like, how's it going?" And I'm like, "It's cool, man. It's chill." She was like, "Cool." "Hey, think she's a bit annoying though. Do you think like Leanne's a bit annoying?" And I'm like, "No, she's fine." And she was like, "What do you think of Justine?" And I was like, "Yeah, she's cool. Let me her boys." She was like, swear down. I think she fancies you." And I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, I think she likes you, innit? Do you like her?" And I'm like, these times I'm thinking, I'm in a relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're asking me.
I'm in a relationship.
I'm in a relationship. Like, what do you mean? Do I fancy her? Like, of course, I don't fancy anyone but my
Anyone
girlfriend.
else?
Yeah, like, I don't know what you mean. And then she's like, "Oh, swear well. Justine fancies you, innit? You should do a thing." And I'm like, I'm taken. Like,
I'm off the market.
yeah, I'm off the market. Like, what do you mean? And then
You're basically married at that
yeah,
age.
yeah. And then she's like, "All right, cool. Well, obviously, I've fed you the information. The ball's in your court.
So this is another thing.
This is another thing.
makes
You should be a spiteful little bitch." And she's trying to fuck up the fun. And at this point, I think she just had a tiff with Leanne, and she's like, "I'm trying to fuck Leanne's life up." That's what I actually think was happening. So these times, I'm going home now, and I'm stressed. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I'm banging up fucking. These are the times I used to force myself to feel songs. So I'm going home, I'm locking myself in my room, I'm turning on my Walkman, headphones here, and I'm just, "You made me want to leave the world I'm with, the start a new relationship." And I'm like, why am I in this predicament? I'm on my knees crying. Why is God doing this to me?
Test of time.
Fam? And I'm just here vibing it.
That's such a tune.
It is.
Fuck.
I was dancing, found all the moves. And then, boy, I remember they were putting, over the next few days, they were putting so much pressure on me to dump this Leanne thing that I made the biggest mistake of my life and actually crumbled and I dumped her.
Really?
I just said, I don't think it's working out kind of thing. And I never actually even ended up doing a thing with her, Justine. Yeah. I never just moved
just
to
the
her.
pressure of it.
But we were boys anyway.
Yeah.
And I found her attractive and stuff like that. We were just boys, but it was literally just the pressure of it that they basically talked me into it.
Yeah.
And then once I dumped her, they didn't give a fuck if I got with Justine or not. They didn't give a single shit. They were just happy that they got what they wanted.
What was your relationship with Justine after the dump?
Fine. The exact same as it was before.
Oh, wow.
Nothing changed.
Oh, wow.
We were a little bit more flirty maybe, but nothing ever changed. But then as soon, this is probably where it started for me of me wanting yats that I can't have. Because as soon as I dumped Leanne, I remember me and my boys went to play tennis the next day at one leisure centre. So we were playing tennis and she rocks up with her friends and she's looking fire. She was looking fire. I remember what she was wearing. She was wearing a pink tracksuit. A suede-looking thing. She was wearing a pink tracksuit.
As soon as you said pink tracksuit, I already knew it was suede. Like a
hair was
baby
looking,
fat thing.
Yes.
And
hair was looking fresh over the shoulder, everything. She was looking bomb. And I was thinking, what have I done? What have I
Instant
done?
regret.
And I remember trying to text her that night. She was not interested, cuz. And I was just like, oh, bruv. I'm such an idiot. That's where it all started for me. But yeah, what did you want to say about spiteful bitches?
So, whilst I was dating this chick this was in year 10 when I was dating this chick. And I don't remember what happened in terms of us breaking up or something like that. But when you said, there's chicks are spiteful, or there's another chick that likes you kind of thing, I found out there was another chick that liked me. And again, there was no WhatsApp group. There was a group. So I found, because they were all friends, they were all girls, well, quote unquote girls. And there was a chick, I don't want to say her name, there was a chick, and she was, at that time, had the most banging tits and banging ass and flat stomach in our year.
Yeah.
I didn't understand how someone in year 10 can have that body.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, if you like me, I have to pattern you. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, my actual girlfriend had she was like the same way you thought, what's her name? Leanne was the most banging thing you had seen. It's the same way I felt about my girl at the time. And her ass, bro. I was still a virgin then. Yes. I was definitely still a virgin. I lost my virginity when I was 17. So I was probably about 14, 15 then. 15, I think. I was still a virgin. So sex was in my head, but it wasn't like the forefront of our relationship.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were just enjoying ourselves.
Yeah.
Grabbing Batty.
Fam, I used to squeeze her. Leanne got squeezed up.
James, her bum was so... I couldn't fathom it. She was Kenyan. I couldn't fathom it. And it was such a contradictory concept because Kenyans are normally skinny. Well, back in the day anyway. So there's another chick. Her physique was unreal. Unreal.
Yeah.
And the thing was, every man wanted to fuck her.
Yeah,
every man wanted to fuck her.
yeah.
And there was one bread that would have died for her. I don't want to hot him up because he listens to this. He was a white guy. He knows who he is. He was one of the only 1 or 2 white guys in our like circle of the mandem.
Oh, I swear, yeah.
And he knows who he is.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say his name. Coincidentally, he's engaged now, and he's engaged to a black girl. So,
gang.
Rate you, mate.
Props.
He would have died for her. So when he found out that she was feeling me, I think he asked me, "Oh, have you man done a thing?"
Yeah.
Obviously, at the time, I said no because I hadn't done a thing.
Yeah.
But I think me and my girlfriend at the time were having a little squabble. I can't remember what happened.
Yeah.
But it then veered me towards the other Yap B. And then I remember, I think I walked her home or something. We never had sex. I walked her home, but we lipsed and I fingered the Christ out of her. I fingered the Christ out of her. And we just lipped. I remember she was wearing a tracksuit, but her ass, mine was smaller then. I gripped her ass like I squeezed it like Playdoh was coming out. That's how soft it was. It felt like Playdoh was coming out through the gaps of my fingers. I couldn't fathom it.
Yeah.
Because prior to that, I didn't squeeze any other ass but my girls. Do you know what I mean? So it felt so different.
Fam.
The next fucking day, my girl came up to me. I was like, "Oh, I don't think it was either the next day. It could have been that week or like a couple weeks after." She was like, "Oh, I don't think we're working out, blah, blah, blah. I just want to log." And I'm thinking, why? She's like, "Oh, I had a dream that you and this other girl did a thing and it made me feel some type of way." And that's when I first realized, I didn't think I realized then, but I think I realized after the fact that one, Yats don't give a fuck, regardless of the same circle. Because when she had told me, I remember specifically that you men have been chilling recently.
Yeah.
So how are you chilling with her?
Yeah.
But vex at me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's when the whole thing popped for me. Like, Yats don't care.
They don't.
That was the initial Yats don't care moment for me.
They don't. When you said about you squeeze her up and lips her up, fam, there was one time when I knew nothing of, like you said, sex was on my mind.
Yeah.
But it was not at the forefront of my brain.
Horny. I remember where I was. I was outside a dumpster. It was near a yard. It was because that was the only secluded area. She lived in a flat, and we were by like where the communal trash area.
Yeah.
And lips, and I squeezed her back, and I remember her breath on my ear.
Oh my god, fam!
Stinks in her. I'm
jealous because you got more than what I did in a similar situation.
Yeah.
So after I dumped Leanne now, this is probably a month or two down the line, maybe even longer.
Yeah.
So this is the flame has died.
Yeah.
So I still fancy the shit out of her though.
Yeah.
I'm about to walk out. I needed a haircut, right? So I'm about to walk into town to get this trim after school, and she hollered at me, and she lived in the opposite direction for town. So she started walking like in my direction, and then she was like, "Oh, where you going?" And I was like, "I'm going to town and get trim." She was like, "Cool, I'm going to town as well. Do you mind if I walk with you?" And I was like, "No, come." So
this is post breakup.
This is way post breakup.
Okay.
So we're walking, talking, laughing. And I said, "Oh, I just need to get some money from my yard." And my yard was on the way to town anyway. So she was like, "That's fine." So we go to my yard, and we're in there, and my mum's not home, my brother's not home, no one's home, and fam, we get to my yard. I go in, she comes in, go in, and it's going to be a quick like, "Oh, I'm just going to run up, get the cash, and we'll go." She's like, "Cool." Fam, close the door, lock the door, turn around, and she's like here. And she's like leaned up against the wall, and she's staring at me. And in my head, I'm like, right, I'm going to lips this girl, pick her up, carry her up to my room, and we're going to fuck. And it's going to be the greatest day of my fucking life. Like the sexual tension in this moment is too much. I'm like 14, 15. And I'm like, this is it. Fam, we're there. She's staring at me. She didn't say anything. She didn't blink.
My heart will shudder.
Fam, My heart's racing. Like, my palms are so sweaty. And then literally, we were this close and I couldn't move. And I was like, okay, it's just upstairs. I'll go get it. Fam, bitch the fuck out. Bitch the fuck out. To this day, I don't know what would have happened. She could have been like, what the fuck are you doing? Or she could have been down for it. Down. I remember like it was yesterday, fam. I'm talking about something that was 14 years ago. I remember like it was yesterday. She stared at man. And she was looking piff. Piff. I just ran upstairs. I ran upstairs with my wallabies and my boner, fam.
I was going to say my dick would have been so hard.
My dick was solid. I had to wait upstairs till it subsided. And I was just like, what's wrong with you, bro? I was pacing in my room. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? I was so angry at myself. You know when you grab a pillow and scream into it? That was me. And I was just like, why am I such a bitch? Do something, be a man for once in your life, bro. And the moment's gone and there's no getting it back.
You can't revive that.
Fam?
You can't revive that.
The peak thing is, this is the fucking annoying thing. After that, you can tell that was like the optimal moment because after that, nothing ever happened again. And then once we left school in year 11, I never saw her again. And we never spoke or anything like that. And she was always my what if girl. Kawinky Dinky. 2 years later, so I'm like 18 now, 19.
Before you say this, you've spoken about Leanne before. Is this the chick that you said walked past your yard or something? That used to walk past your yard to go to college?
No.
Okay, that was banging.
No.
Okay.
That was Lauren.
Okay.
She was a team. What, you think I had her in my yard?
I don't, because obviously you spoke about Lauren before, but obviously I didn't know the backstory.
Lauren was dream girl.
That's okay. Sorry.
Lauren was dream girl.
Sorry. That's jokes. Continue.
Yeah. Renting Lauren? Yeah, renting. Yeah. So yeah, Leanne, whole thing just dwindled into nothing. She was just another girl at school at this point.
Okay.
Fast forward 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm chilling with my boy. We're playing basketball with my boy who I used to play basketball with, etc. And he's talking to me about like this girl that he's started seeing, and then just like how they beat, and it was banging, and like he took her virginity and all this stuff. At this point he beat bettings and stuff like that. And then he's like, I took her virginity, and they were dating and all this stuff. And I was like, gang. He was like, yeah, we're playing basketball tomorrow, so like I'll bring her through. Fam, I was playing. I look up and it's her. It's Leanne, and she rocks in. And then I don't know what it was in that moment because I didn't care. I hadn't seen her in like 2 years and whatever. And even after that, we'd still spent the rest of the school time together without anything. I didn't care anymore. Fam, but as soon as she walked in and knowing what he'd just told me about this special girl that he was now dating, and I saw it was her, and I was just like,
that could have been me.
That could have been me.
What transpired when you saw each other at that moment?
Just manners. Just like a little like acknowledgement. But I think she knew what she was walking into. I didn't know.
Okay.
Because he would have
spoken about...
Yeah, he would have spoken. I'm sure. Because he knew she went to my school. Because he didn't go to our school. He went to another school. So he knew that she went to my school. So he probably would have briefed her and said, oh, like, come true, I'm playing with James. Oh, you might know James because I know she knew what she was walking into because she played it cool as a cucumber.
And you just had to play the role.
I had to play the role and I was just like, well gone. And then like after that, I was so deflated. Only for like 10 minutes.
I know what you mean though.
But in that one moment, I was like, what could have been? What are the odds? What are the fucking odds? Out of all the girls, bruv.
Oh, that's sad.
Had to be my one that got away.
Fuck.
That I threw away when I was a 14-year-old loser.
You literally ran away.
Literally ran away like a scared baby. Oh, it was a fucking nightmare, bro. I really, really regretted it back then. Because that moment...
Sorry, bro.
I could have been the start of something special. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, renting Lauren, she was a different breed. She was my make-believe bae. That the only backstory was from her was because, like I said, where I went to school was literally like a mile walk from where I lived. My catchment school was on my doorstep. So Lauren went to a school called Wren, that's why I call her renting. She went to that school and would have to walk past my house on her way home every day.
Yeah.
So literally from my first day in year 7 to my last day in year 11, I saw her every single day.
Yeah, I remember you saying
blossoming. And forever, every single day, I was like, that is the most banging girl I've ever seen in my life.
That's crazy.
And then obviously, yeah, whatever transpired, that my boy fucking me over and stuff like that. But yeah. That was wild, boy. Those were the good old days. Fucking hell.
They were fun. Those were fun days, man. I've not thought about secondary school in a while. Until you brought that up about first kiss and blah, blah. I've not thought about secondary school in a while.
I don't ever think about it.
I don't remember asking that girl out and running away until we had this conversation.
Fam, the amount of stuff that people must think that I've just got this ready to shoot.
Yeah, this catalogue of...
Everything I've just told you, I have not thought about since it happened.
Of course.
And I'm bringing it up like it was yesterday. I don't know why I remember it in such detail. I remember
squeezing this girl's ass like it was Playdoh, like it was yesterday. Her ass was... She had the most banging body. The most... For her age, I couldn't fathom it. There was no one topping her physique-wise.
God damn it.
There was no one topping her physique-wise.
I remember, yeah. Fam, when the yacht started blossoming in school, it was a different breed. It caught me at the worst time. When I'm dealing with my own hormones, I don't need this.
Yeah.
I don't need this. I don't need titties and batties to start growing when I'm dealing with my own shit.
Fuck.
It was tough, boy. Boners were long.
They were long.
You said you had the arsehole thing, innit?
I've got an MI of the arsehole today. It's from a fan. I just need to find it. All right. Boom. Cool.
Yeah.
So, my best mate has this crush. I think it's a bit synonymous to what we've been talking about. I remember it now. My best mate has this crush who goes on about... my best mate has this crush who he goes on about, but he always says he'd never have the chance with her. And if she was to get with any of us, he wouldn't mind, but kind of drops hints that he'd be pissed in a subtle way, so he gets mixed vibe. And he put in brackets, she's 10-10, by the way, she's a badders. And the opportunity to beat came my way.
Gang.
And I had to take it.
Oh.
Now he's pissed at me and doesn't want to be my mate anymore. Am I the arsehole?
Right. I've actually had this exact same conversation with someone recently where it's like, it's a little bit more like what we said about the technicalities of stuff. Like, he did say it's fair game. But clearly this guy's read the room and knows that he's saying one thing, but he's feeling another.
It means completely the other thing.
Yeah. Like, I know it's not really relevant to us. Because, oh shit, we would never really get stuck in this. There's too many hoes out there. That's one thing people need to understand. Young people don't get it. Yeah, there's more than enough hoes for everyone.
There's options.
There's more than enough pussy for everyone. But anyway,
young people will never get it.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't get it at that time.
They don't get it at the time. They think that like
options.
Every possibility you have to capitalize, which in some instances you kind of do. But
Jesus.
You'll learn later on in life there's more opportunities than you can count, gang. And he is a dick. He is an asshole.
Yeah.
Because granted, he said, yeah, my boy said he wouldn't care if any of us smash, but you've openly acknowledged that you care. You fucking care. So you shouldn't have smashed. And the game is the game. And at the end of the day, you made your bed, you got to sleep in it. You knew it was the wrong thing to do. You knew it was the wrong thing to do, but hard dick is impossible to control. I'm not judging you. That's another thing. I'm not judging you.
Yeah.
I'm not judging you at all.
As well. Hard dick is impossible to control, especially when, in their opinion, she's a 10-10.
Yeah.
And in that instant or in that moment, she's feeling you. You can't.
What situation are they in?
I don't know.
What situation are they in that this banging thing at any given moment could fuck anyone in this group? And the opportunity flew my way and I had to grab it. Like, who is this girl?
DM, you know who you are when you listen to this. So DM me this girl, please.
Yeah.
Show me the girl. Send us the pic. Send us the girl.
I mean, and I want to know what scenario it is that she's just, the pussy's available on a certain day at a certain time and whoever's there at this time needs to snatch it. Fucking hell. But
these teenagers are living a different...
This isn't the same as when we were kids. It's not the same as when we were kids.
I ran away from my girlfriend. We literally just said we ran away from our girls.
100%.
And these men are just collecting vagina.
Yeah, fam. Fuck. But yeah, yes, in my opinion, you are the arsehole. You should have read the room. You did read the room. You've openly acknowledged that you knew it wasn't what he said, but you did it anyway. So yeah, you've answered your own question, my G. You're an arsehole. But yeah,
I also think from his boy's perspective, he did say, obviously, I wouldn't feel a certain type of way if whatever happens. But even though deep down he did, he should have just been honest.
That's another thing.
He should have just been honest.
He should have said it with his chest.
Say it with your chest.
I don't want you to fuck a certain girl. I'm going to tell you.
Big man.
Don't fuck this girl, bruv. Do me a solid.
Simple as, because there's so much potential out there. There's so many options out there. But obviously, I don't know how old this guy is or whatever. I don't know what their status is at the moment. So they may think this is all I've got right now.
That's
when that's all you've got right now, you're taking it. So in that instance, I understand. So like we said before, we're not judging.
I understand, but you just said he doesn't even want to be boys anymore.
That's tough, man. So if you should have known that prior to fucking, you should have known that if whoever in this group fucks this girl that my boy is feeling, he's definitely going to fall out me. You would have known that by his body language and by the way he said it.
Yeah.
You did fuck up. You are the arsehole. I'm not judging you because hard dick is impossible to control, especially if she's 10 out of 10, which no one is, by the way. So
yeah, we'll get on that another day. It's physically impossible.
It's physically impossible 10 out of 10. No one's 10 out of 10. But in your eyes, she's banging. Understandable. But this is your boy, man. You should never, ever, ever...
Don't break the bro code,
Don't break the bro code. You should never break the bro code.
Not for vagina.
Not for vagina.
And vagina is exquisite. But... bro, being a bro is the best. Having a boy that you can talk about stuff like that with is the most priceless thing.
It is very priceless. Like I've said on this podcast probably about 20 episodes ago, a bond between men is hard to break.
Yeah.
I know so many females that have had so many quote unquote best friends and they've fucking fallen out. We've had one argument and it wasn't even an argument.
Oh yeah, exactly.
We laughed about it 5 seconds later and that's it. Do you know what I mean?
Bro,
it's hard. It's hard to find that. So,
you don't want to throw it away.
Word of advice, guys. Don't throw away your relationship or your friendship with your boy over a girl. And vice versa. Girls, don't do that either.
Yeah, man.
Definitely don't do that either.
And yeah, another point, like, in that, like, the opportunity came and I had to take it. It does feel like that in the moment.
In the moment, it does.
But trust me, there's so many times that you're going to be smashing girls.
So many times.
So many millions of times, your opportunities you're going to have to fuck girls.
You have no idea yet, but trust me, it's coming.
And probably your concept of a 10 out of 10 now is not true 10 out of 10. It's not true.
Because my girl when I was in year 10, I was convinced she was 10 out of 10 until I squeezed that Playdoh booty. Until I squeezed that Playdoh bum. That's my world changed. My world changed.
Yeah, man. Fucking hell. All right. Rapidy.
Rap. See you guys another time.